Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Welcome to this fabulous scenery, watching the scenery in the beautiful village of Kermajagon.
Remember we told you they have the world's best cherries? Now look where we're sitting. And these cherries are not even ripe yet, so they're going to get big, fat, juicy, heavenly
Of
cherries.
course, these are not ours. We will not have even one bit of it because it's for someone else. We're just taking this film. So, don't be so sorry that you
Yeah.
are not having any of these. We're not going to have any either. So,
We're just watching.
yep, we're just going to enjoy the scene.
Yes.
Wow, look. Okay, so in this program, we wanted to tell you of 10 things about the Iranian culture that you see most, you witness most, you will realize most once you come to Iran. Number one.
Did it? So the first feature about the Iranian culture is that first of all, let me say something. What we're saying is based on our experience. So it's not like we are talking based on statistics or anything. This is based on our experience and what we have seen of our culture. And so number one is that Iranians are very family oriented. So you will, when you go out on weekends or even when there's invitations in the house, you will see people going to different mehmunis, like get-togethers with their families, which is like their parents and their siblings.
Here, number two. It's not necessarily the parents and the siblings. It could include even the extended family, being uncles, paternal uncles, maternal aunts and uncles from both sides, grandparents. So this, extended families is still something that you see a lot in get-togethers in Iran. Three.
Yeah. Three. The third feature of the Iranian culture is that they love their food. So if you see an Iranian who has traveled to another country or who has migrated to another country, it's very likely that they will miss their qurme sabzi, their qeymeh nazri. Qurme sabzi is like a kind of vegetarian, it's not vegetarian, it's a vegetable stew with meat inside it, but it's a green stew. And qeymeh is the food that is very commonly served in different religious ceremonies. Qeymeh nazri is like the food that people offer, for religious purposes. So yeah, they're gonna miss that a lot.
Four. Is that four or five?
Four.
Four. You see Iranians going on a lot of picnics, and while they are in their picnics, six. What do they have in the picnics? You see them with
You were just saying four.
I said four.
Okay, five then.
Five.
Not
Then
six.
what's five? You see them with their tea.
Yep.
Right?
Tea definitely is a big part of our culture. Just like
And-
coffee is in the Western culture.
Yeah, and usually you see them with flasks of tea, usually two, one boiling water, one tea, and besides it, they serve it with either chocolate or some sweets or sugar cubes or the nabat and nur that we showed you in one of our episodes. Six.
Another, I guess, for a lot of people this would be weird, but this is one of the other parts of the Iranian culture, is that we do have cousin marriage in Iran. And the reason is that it's actually something that is very, it's a big taboo in many cultures, but because cousins are considered non-mahram, and so many people have like formal relationships with their cousins, so they don't have that view that, oh, we're brothers and sisters. So we do have cousin marriages.
And you see that in specific parts of Iran. For example, in the Arab parts like the southern part of Iran, you see a lot of cousin marriages.
Yeah.
But like in Tehran or in other places, you don't see many. Like in our relatives, among our relatives, we have no cousin marriage. We don't like it because like we say that we grow up together. And we didn't have even one case of cousin marriage. And Islamically speaking, it's not recommended.
But it's permitted, right?
Yeah, it's permitted, but
It's
not
because
recommended.
of the genes issues, like
Yeah.
the gene pool will get very limited. And I think in smaller cities
Not
and
only
smaller towns and villages, there's more cousin marriage than in like bigger cities.
The reason Islam has not recommended it and has said that it's better not to have cousin marriage is because of genetic diseases, genetic problems that people like, being handicapped or like having the what syndrome?
Down syndrome?
Yeah, the Down syndrome. So that's another. Which was that? Six, seven?
Six, yeah, six. Now seven. The seventh, very highlighted aspect. I mean, one of the other things that you could see that Iranians do, or maybe people from the Middle East, is cracking seeds of tokhme.
Tokhme.
Yeah, tokhme. Iranians love tokhme. Like when they go outside, or when they're in the cinema, when like people have popcorn, we love to crack our sunflower seeds,
Right.
mainly.
That's six.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now
so number
seven.
seven, one of the biggest occasions in the Iranian culture is the New Year, or as we call it, Nowruz. No means meaning new, and Ruz meaning the day, meaning the new day, which is this in April. For us, it's the month of Farvardin. We're gonna have one full episode of Nowruz, inshallah.
Nowruz is the 21st of March, I believe.
March, right? March.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have a full episode of it, telling you about the Hafsin, about the Sofre Hafsin and everything. And we're not gonna talk about it here because it's not that program. Number 8.
The eighth feature of the Iranian culture is celebrating or commemorating Muharram. Muharram is a very, very highlighted feature in the Iranian culture. Whether the people are practicing or non-practicing, religious or not religious, Muharram is definitely one of those months that people show a lot of respect. They try to participate in different ceremonies. There's a lot of free food in different mosques, or neighbors do nadr, like to vow to cook, to make something in honor of a specific infallible imam,
Which is usually the third Imam, Imam Hussein.
Yeah.
And Muharram is commemorated 10 days. The first day of Muharram is the day that we're gonna have a full episode, but the 10th day of Muharram is the day that he was martyred, and
Imam
then
Hussein,
Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the grandson of the noble Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was martyred, and then they go all the way until the 10th of Safar, which is the 40th day of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And as Fatima said, they vow to do a special service or giving a special kind of food to people. It's not necessarily food. It could be helping to teach Quran to the kids, or any other service that one could possibly do. So was that 9?
This is 9, the one I'm going to say now. Number 9 is that I love this about Iran. We have free water in most places, so you are most likely not going to have to pay for water when you come to visit Iran. There's water fountains, water coolers by the street. Again, people donate some money in memory of their beloved ones who have been deceased.
We actually have one program for that,
and
we've recorded.
yeah,
It's ready to be
uploaded, inshallah. So we have free water. Number 10, last but not
10.
least.
The 10th point, which is first religious, then cultural point, is that Muslims, because Iranians are mostly Muslims, they believe that they will always have to be in a state of purity, not only spiritual purity, but also physical purity. In other words, if certain things are considered as impure or najis in our religion, like blood, if your hand gets bloody, you have to wash it off, and then when you want to pray, your clothes and your body will have to be in a state of complete purity. So that's why when you go to the Iranian toilets, you see water, which means that we don't use toilet papers.
We use toilet paper, but
not for cleaning yourself.
No, exactly.
But you have to completely clean your body with the water, because in the state of salat or praying, you will have to be facing your Lord or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with not only a pure, beautiful heart, but pure, clean, nice smelled body. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think these were what came to our mind. And let us know if you think of other parts of the Iranian culture. If you've traveled to Iran, or if you've watched programs about Iran or read about it, leave us a comment and tell us what you think. Thank you for being with us. Until another program. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.